Welcome to Wooler, a pretty market town on the edge of the Northumberland National Park. The Stephanie who runs this interior shop on the high street is 25. She has a job in a restaurant here in the evening too, but despite both working hard, she and her partner were having to stay with their parents until they got this flat. It's finished now with many of Stephanie's own touches, but the rent is only £360 a month. That's because it's social housing, converted from an old convenience store in the centre of the town.
When you're young and you just want to start out, try living together first. You just want like a nice little house or a nice flat to rent, and there isn't too much of that in the area. Most likely, if we couldn't have gotten this flat, we'd have had to start looking further afield, you know, like Alnwick, Berwick, that kind of thing, which isn't necessarily what we wanted. We wanted to stay within Wooler, which is where we grew up.
Theirs is one of 18 new homes here created by a community charity, the Glendale Gateway Trust. This one used to be a library. Next, they're working on developing this site on the edge of Wooler for the region's first co-housing scheme.
It's about people living together, having their own space, but living with communal space as well, where people really look after each other.
But the Trust's building efforts will not be able to meet the need alone. Our research found that there's greater demand for more social housing here in Northumberland than any other parts of the North East. More than 9,000 people are currently on the waiting list for a home here. Residents on the North Northumberland coast voted recently to stop the building of any more holiday homes, which have driven up prices. That's an issue around Wooler too, as well as low wages paid to many in rural industries like tourism and agriculture.
There is a crisis here. There is a need to provide more affordable homes. I think that small community organisations have a real valid role to play. It's not the full answer. We still need housing associations to build considerable numbers of houses, but I think community organisations can play a real role in local rural provision.
Northumberland County Council says it's working on plans to provide more social housing and develop more community-led schemes like in Wooler. This is another of the Trust's conversions close to the town's amenities. It's where Paul's come to retire after living on Tyneside. He's also paying a reduced rent and appreciates other things about being a social tenant here.
The community spirit, clean environment, quiet roads obviously close by, but I think that human support from such friendly folk.
The Trust then has made a difference on a small scale here, but for those of different generations who want to be part of the rural way of life, it can be a real challenge finding an affordable place to live. Tom Sheldrick, ITV News in Wooler.